All right, guys, so on my screen, yes, that is a slice of pizza. So let's pretend this is at my house and this is what I've left over from last night's dinner. If I was going to share with you, let's say we were going to have it for lunch, get out my pizza cutter, bam, I just cut my piece of pizza. I'm going to go ahead and take this piece. You can go ahead and have this piece. It's not going to go over very well, right? If you're anything like me, you love pizza. So if we were actually going to be fair, no hurt feelings and full bellies, we would want to cut that pizza slice right down the middle so that my slice up here is going to be exactly the same size as the bottom piece. That's kind of what we're looking at today. We're going to look at angle bisectors, which basically a bisector is the motion that I just did cutting that pizza. It is a ray or a line or a cut that bisects the angle. And the word bisect just means what we just did with our pizza. We simply cut our pizza into two equal parts. So one of the biggest factors of it is that, yes, it does cut it into two parts, but it cuts it into two equal parts. So you should see this note sheet in your packet. You could follow along with us. It is on page 26. All right, so let's take a look at some geometry examples. All right, so example 1 here is dealing with this figure right here. So it says if AT bisects angle CAN. So we've got a bisector involved. That is the act of cutting something into two equal parts. So here's my bisector, AT. And it is bisecting the angle CAN, which CAN is right here. And it also tells us in the statement that the measure of CAN, the blue angle, is 130 degrees. And then it's asking us in our problem to find the measures of angle 1 and angle 2. Now again, the whole idea of a bisector, this orange line, is that it's going to cut, think about me cutting that slice of pizza, right, into two even sections. So it's kind of like saying, hey, I have 130 degrees of my pizza. I have 130 pepperonis, however you want to think of it. And I have to divide it evenly between two people. I am cutting my pizza slice down the middle. I am splitting my pizza between two people. I am dividing my pizza between two people. So any of those kind of keywords you should realize is the indication of division. So we would use division to solve. So 130. We're going to go ahead and cut that in half, because again, I need half for one person, half for the other person. When you do that division, you're going to get the measure of 65, which means that we've got 65 for angle 1, 65 for angle 2. Just to practice notation, because I've mentioned it before, geometry is all about notation, how you write it down. We should also write it down as the measure of angle 1 is equal to 65, and the measure of angle 2 is 65. And again, they're the same because we're sharing that 130 degree angle evenly when we have a bisector. All right, let's take a look at another example, example 2, something very similar. In this picture, it says if JK bisects RJT. So JK is my bisector. JK is my bisector of my angle RJT. So here is my RJT angle, RJT. So again, that orange is cutting directly down the middle of my larger angle here. And then it tells me RJT is a right angle. So it tells us it's a right angle, and then you also should notice that box on your angle, that also means a right angle. So we know right angles from previous lessons are equal to 90 degrees. That's what a right angle is. We're asked again to find the measures of 1 and 2. So if we know the entire large angle of 90 and we're going to bisect it, think about cutting that pizza, we're going to cut it in half, right? Cut it in half is the operation of dividing by 2. So the measure of angle 1 is 45. And again, that's the answer to 90 divided by 2, 45. And the measure of angle 2 is 45. Again, if I put them together, I would get 90, right? So if this angle is 45 and this angle is 45, Similar to angle addition postulate, if I said, hey guys, what is my entire angle here? 45 plus 45 is going to give you the answer of 90. So it's still the idea of like two smaller amounts equal a larger amount. The larger amount divided in half is going to give you the two smaller sections. They just happen to be the same amount. That's what a bisector tells us. All right, let's take a look at how it's applied a little bit differently here in example 3. And again, you can find this example on the bottom of page 26. All right, so before we get started, maybe do me a favor here and put in angle 1 and angle 2. All right, so now let's go ahead and read through our problem. It says QT is a bisector. So here's my bisector, and I'm going to make it orange again so that you can kind of see. If you haven't guessed it, it's going to bisect the entire larger angle, PQR. So again, if you're not sure, we're going to look at examples too where there are more than one angle. So it's best to PQR, maybe outline it with your pencil, highlight it, whatever you want to do to kind of zone in on the specific angle you're looking at. So QT is a bisector of my blue angle here, PQR. Then it tells us the measure of angle 1 is 35 degrees. So measure of angle 1 is 35. Well, here's my measure 1, and now it's telling us it's 35 degrees. My question is asking us, hey, what's the measurement of that large angle? Find the measure of PQR. Find PQR, which is my big angle. So again, because we know that the yellow or the orange is a bisector, QT is a bisector, think about it. If person number 1 got slice 1, it's 35. Person number 2, to be fair, there should also be 35. So putting those two together, that would tell us the measurement of PQR, which 35 plus 35 is going to give you the value of 70. So the measurement of PQR is equal to 70. All right, so grab a piece of paper and number 1 to 5. You can pause the video until you're ready. You basically just need a calculator and you need a piece of paper and a pencil. So meet me back here, pause my video, meet me back here when you've got all those supplies. All right, so this is just kind of a quick check exit card so that we can see how well you're doing. If we take a look, again, if you're in class, you can submit your exit card. If you're online, you can submit a picture of this under the assignment. All right, so let's take a look at number 1, and I'm going to help you identify the information in the picture by the highlighting. So if ZW is a bisector, ZW bisects UZY. So let's start there. ZW is my bisector, right? So here's my ZW. It is going to be exactly in the middle, remember that's what a bisector does, of UZY. UZY. Then it's going to ask us, or then it tells us that UZY, that blue angle, is 180 degrees. Actually, let me go back there. So it's 180 degrees. And I want you to find the measurement of UZW. So UZW is right here. So if you're finding the measurement of that side of my angle, for number 1, I want you to write down, number 1, the measure of UZW equals, and tell me your answer. If you need more time, just go ahead and pause it. If not, let's take a look at number 2. All right, so number 2, the measure of WZX is 35. Here's my bisector. ZX is a bisector. So ZX is a bisector of my entire angle WZY. The other information it did tell us was WZX is 35. So here's WZX, which is actually the same as angle 3. So if this is 35, my question is asking, find the measurement of Find the measurement of XZY, which is right here. Again, you're going to write your answer as the measurement of. So the measurement of XZY equals, and then give me your answer. If you're ready, move on with us. If you need more time, go ahead and pause. Okay, number 3. The measure of UZW is 76. So here's U, here's Z, here's W. So right there, that measurement is 76 degrees. ZY or ZV. Oof, lot to say here. That's my bisector. So what I want for you to tell me is, what is the measurement of this one? Which would be UZV. So you're going to write down the measurement of something other than yellow. So the measurement of UZV equals, tell me an answer there. So my blue angle is 76. We know my orange is a bisector. What is the measurement of that smaller yellow angle? Okay, pause it, or let's look at number 4. Okay, so number 4 says the measure of XZV is a right angle. So XZV is right here. And that is 90 degrees. The right angle is 90 degrees. And it wants you to find the measure. Oh, sorry, one more information here. This is my bisector. ZW is my bisector. So what would be my measurement of angle 3? Again, for writing it down, you'd say the measure of angle 3 equals, and then tell me your answer. All right, last one. Number 5. ZV is a bisector of TZX. So ZV, here it is. It is a bisector of TZX, of this angle right here. It tells us TZV, this right here. Let's actually get it highlighted here. This portion right over here, TZV, 94 degrees. This is 94 degrees. What is the measurement of TZX? So what is the measurement of my blue angle? TZX, what is the measurement of my blue angle? If this side is 94, what would be the measurement of my entire big angle? That would be your answer for number 5. All right, so once you have all of your answers down, 1 through 5, and written out, sorry, I guess I should put also your measure, how you label this one, measure of TZX equals, you can give me your answer. But once you have all 5 answers there, go ahead and submit it under the assignment tab to receive credit.